I'm Ranjan Sen. The film, by name The Invisible Killer, is made to depict the causes and the remedies of arsenic poisoning that has led to catastrophe in India as well as Bangladesh. An attempt has also been made to portray the social agonies and sufferings of the victims caused mainly due to lack of awareness. I hope the film helps to spread mass awareness.
Sirajul is a happy man today. His only daughter, Noorjahan, is getting married. With a heavy heart, he blessed Noorjahan a long, happy married life.
Within 1 year, Noor came back to her father's place. Her husband left her soon after the manifestations of arsenical skin lesions were seen all over her body. Her father now only prays for his own death.
Dulal Pal of Ambikanagar, West Bengal, is infected with cell carcinoma caused by prolonged drinking of arsenic-contaminated water.
Sanjay Sarkar of Dhabdhabi, South 24 Parganas, looks like a 9-year-old boy at the age of 15. His growth is heavily inhibited by arsenic intake through water.
There are many more Noorjahans, Dulals and Sanjays around us. They are suffering the agonies of physical pain, social isolation and malicious attitudes, even from the friends and close relatives. Many of them are helplessly counting days. They have realized that death is the last step of arsenic poisoning.
In a recently conducted survey among children of 6 to 9 years of age, increasing levels of arsenic in hair samples have shown a progressive decrease in their intelligence levels. More children with high IQ levels were obtained in the groups having lower arsenic exposure. What is this arsenic which has such a lethal effect on human bodies?
Arsenic is a colorless, tasteless semi-metallic substance. Some of its compounds are highly toxic and can cause skin cancers, kidney and liver failures, respiratory problems and in extreme case, death.
How does the underground water get contaminated with arsenic?
Naturally occurring in the subsoils, arsenic has been seeping into the well water for generations. In absence of any suitable arrangement for irrigation, the farmers are forced to withdraw huge amount of groundwater. This results in fall of the surface water table, giving easy access of oxygen to the surface water. This oxygen helps to convert the otherwise insoluble arsenic compounds to water-soluble forms.
Arsenic compounds are also formed as the byproducts in copper smelting, mining and coal burning. Some pesticides used in agriculture also contaminate the soil with arsenic.
Due to lack of awareness and motivational campaigns, the rural people firmly believe that arsenic disaster is the curse of nature or it is a contagious disease. They also think similarly for leprosy. As a result, the affected people are becoming the victims of cruelty in the society.
The spread of arsenic infection is already of an alarming dimension in West Bengal. Malda, Murshidabad, Nodia, Bardhaman, Hooghly, Howrah and North and South 24 Parganas. These 8 districts are severely affected. Even Kolkata is not far behind. In West Bengal, more than 5 million people are the victims of arsenical diseases. The figure has crossed the 20 million mark in Bangladesh. In both Bangladesh and India, every day more and more people are reporting as new patients.
How safe is the water to drink? Forced by the widespread incidences of cancer caused by arsenic, World Health Organization or WHO revised the safe limit of arsenic in drinking water downwards from 50 parts per billion to 10 parts per billion.
Is it not the time to go for wholehearted short-term and long-term mitigation measures on a war-footing basis?
As the first step, availability of arsenic-free safe water has to be ensured for all. But how to do that?
This can be done by installation of properly designed and easy to maintain filters.
The community filters have been installed in about 75 villages in West Bengal. All the villages are having high arsenic concentration in their tube water. Like any other equipment, this filter also needs certain amount of maintenance.
Dug well could be another solution to cover smaller number of people.
Now we have been able to select such geologically suitable sites, and we are planning to have 10 wells of very specialized design, and out of that 7 wells have already been completed.
Excellent watershed management must be practiced. This will ensure more dependence on surface water and minimum withdrawal of underground water. Rainwater should be preserved and used for daily uses.
It should be mandatory to treat the industrial effluents before they are discharged into the nature.
Like any other disease, nutrition helps to delay the attack of arsenic poisoning. Commonly available cereals, fruits and vegetables can provide adequate nutrition.
More and more non-government organizations need to be involved for spreading mass awareness and installation of filters and dug wells in a distributed manner.
Kollan Parishad, our organization, also had to involve in this problem, as we are always interested to develop social welfare for the people.
Work has started in a big way to combat the arsenic pollution, but nothing is enough. The issue is no less severe than HIV.
But we must not lose hope. It is still a long way to go, but the ray of hope is visible at the horizon.